back. Brand new edition of the Great Minds Think Alike live stream, brought to you by GMTA Media, your trusted source for hip hop, sports, and entertainment. And as always, we're your hosts, Nove, and my brother Orlito. What's the word, brother?
What's going on? What's going on, man? How you feeling today?
Beautiful, man. Not me, but it's a beautiful day. I'm feeling great, bro. It's a beautiful day today, man.
Yeah, it is. It ain't too bad out there. Yesterday was nice too, you know what I'm saying? So we starting to break that barrier, starting to break down the cold shit, starting to warm up. So I'm happy about that shit.
Yeah, we're going from 4 season into a day to 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Milwaukee be off like that, man. So what's been good?
Hell yeah.
Anything new? Anything new? Anything cooking this week?
Um, no, actually I was supposed to get a studio session in yesterday, but something unfortunate ended up coming up, so I had to postpone it to next week, hopefully.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, other than that, not much of anything. Really, just been um, chilling, just messing with the beats, messing with the samples. Whenever I have a little bit of time to do that. When it got some wings today, that shit was fire. That's probably the
So yes,
highlight. The highlight of so far, the highlight of the day.
usually
I
go
went
on
and got some
Wednesdays,
wings.
actually.
Yeah, well, now I just go whenever. I don't even care what day it is. I be loving wings, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I went to this one place called Fourth and Long. Man, the wings was fire. So yeah, so I'm kind of full and yep, ready to get into the news and all of the conversation that we got going. Shout out to Chase. I see you, bro. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, I'm ready to dive into these conversations as well. We did some different, some we're gonna be doing from here on out. The last Thursdays of the month, do a throwback Thursday. We pick a project, single, whatever we want, and go over why we chose it and why is it one of our favorites or best or etc. So I look forward
Mhm.
to sharing our picks. We'll save it for later, but I ain't gonna lie, bro. You picked a classic, man. You picked a classic.
As so did you, bro. Shit.
Man,
It's so
I just
many like when it comes to like that, you know what I'm saying? It's that should be hard, even though like as simple as it may sound, like, oh, pick your favorite, pick one of your favorite albums or
that's the
a favorite
easiest.
mixtape or whatever.
I think that's the favorite's the easiest. It's when you're breaking down what's the best. That's where the shit
Or
get
yeah,
hard.
there you go. Because there's so many really good, like, you know what I'm saying? There's even shit that I forgot, like when I was thinking, I was like, oh shit, I forgot about that. Oh damn, I forgot about that. I went back and listened to it, like, oh, I gotta drop this down. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so many, like, music is so different nowadays. It's how do we say
Yeah,
it's so it's so accessible. It's one in one ear, out the other. Like something could be buzzing. Somebody could drop a song right today, and that shit could be buzzing for a matter of 2 or 3 days, and we already ready to hear the next thing. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like before where you anticipated hearing the ripping the plastic off of the CD,
them
open
were the
it,
days.
taking that little sticker off of the top that didn't let the CD open with the scanning price on. You know what I'm saying? Then open it and then take the booklet out. You know what I'm saying? Put the
Yep.
put the CD in, look at the booklet, look at, like, sometimes there was lyrics in there, sometimes there was pictures, the production and all of that type of shit, like the
Production.
credits, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Production.
So
My
them were the
favorites was
days. Look
the, the production and the shout outs. For sure, they were my favorites to
yeah,
check out.
yeah,
Um,
hell yeah.
yeah, man. Yeah, we could talk about it a little, but yeah, big difference because you describe a music fan, where now it's consumers. Like someone who
Hmm.
didn't even pay $10 for a hip hop album or whatnot, they're listening to it now. They're listening
Right.
to it. is the casual fans, not the hardcore fans. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, music, the way people consume it's totally different. You're right about that. And man, I had the crates. I had crates with the
Mm-hmm.
CDs because it's just
Hell yeah.
the shout outs. Like you be surprised. Like, wait a minute, he fuck with that artist. Oh, that's what's up. That's how you would find
Yeah.
out. Where now it's like I send a tweet like I fuck with Orlito United Streets. Oh, okay.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
It's different.
man, but let's jump into some news. Matter of fact, before we do, I seen we got up to like 9 viewers. We appreciate the views as always.
Sir.
We appreciate the people that tune in every week, comment, engage with us every week. We trying to what's the word I'm looking for? Grow our platform, our community, and y'all one of the biggest helps. It's just so much me and bro could do. So y'all word of mouth takes us an extra mile. We appreciate it. But as always, if
Absolutely.
you tuning in, drop a comment. As we say, wipe your foot at the door so we know you in the house. Give us a like, share, and
For sure.
subscribe. We appreciate you all.
Shout out
By the way,
Fiona. I see you in the building.
and by the way, man, whoever's engaging on YouTube, big shout out to y'all, man. 2 of our videos are close to pushing the 100 mark. And that might not mean a lot to people, but that's a
Yeah,
milestone to
for sure.
us. That's a
Hell
milestone
yeah.
for us. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So let's get into some news.
Absolutely. 100 times over.
So little sports. Shannon Sharp,
Hmm.
when we posted this live, Shannon Sharp was being sued for 50 million in Nevada in civil court over allegation of SA and battery. Has SA and battery, right? And
Mm-hmm.
since then, today, he did announce he's taking time away from ESPN to iron out these allegations.
Oh
But
no.
yeah,
Oh,
but
okay. There's more.
new claims say Shannon Sharp choked a female FS1 employee during his undisputed tenure, as
Oh no.
he simultaneously fights a 50M R lawsuit and denies all wrongdoing. Uncle Shay Shay, what's up, man? I remember Monique told your ass stop messing with them young girls. She told you. She like Shay, stop messing with them young girls. What's your
Hey.
thoughts on this, bro?
First off, when you said that, all I could think of is you remember the Dave Chappelle skit when he's talking about Wayne Brady?
Yeah, yeah,
And Wayne Brady's like, when he asking about the money and shit, yeah, he's like, oh, Jackson is kind of lonely, woo, 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 whatever. And then she's like, oh, it was a slow night. And he's like, is Wayne Brady gonna have to choke a bitch? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what the whole, like, that whole
yeah,
thing where you just said right there, where he just
yeah.
choked somebody. Like, I could just see Shannon Sharp, like, just, get into his peak and be like, his Uncle Shay Shay gonna have to choke a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And I
that's
can hear him. And I
I
can hear his
swear.
ass.
Uh,
I don't know, man. The audio I heard sounded too choppy, and plus with AI, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know, man. Hopefully, Uncle Shay Shay could put this past him and move on, because I really enjoy his Club Shay Shay podcast.
Yeah, for sure.
Next up, Jake Paul has agreed to fight Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. on June 28 at the Honda Center, Anaheim, California. For those who are Jake Paul fans, I expect him to beat up JC. All right. Some music news. Man, we got 9 people viewing and only 1 reaction, no comments. Man,
Come on, drop
appreciate the
GMTA at least.
Man, we
Love y'all.
appreciate the
Thank
partner
y'all for
that did
tuning
react.
in.
For sure. Thanks. Get our views up. We appreciate that. But engagement, that'll get us places. But anyhow, Little Dirk legal team has offered 900,000 in real estate equity, 1 million in cash from Alamo Records, and 150,000 from a business associate, 24/7 private security, electronic monitoring, and strict reporting requirements to secure bail. Dirk, it's not gonna happen.
No, but I was about to say the same shit. It's sad, like it's sad to say, but that shit ain't gonna happen.
Hey, what Jay-Z say, I'm gonna live and die with the decision that I'm gonna pick, and that's the
Mm-hmm.
bed you laid. Like I said when we did that episode, he been moved out of Chicago. Been moved out of Chicago. He been in
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta, so I don't know, man. He's still young. I mean, he was young, etc. But man, I don't know. Hopefully, well, ain't no hopefully, man, because they got a nice little case on him. Keep
Mm-hmm.
your head up. Keep your head up, Dirt. Anyhow, Jay-Z are accusers seeking to have his defamation lawsuit against her dismissed. Thoughts on that, bro?
What was that? That was
So
Jay-Z. What?
remember the chick who she said she was 13 years old and got essayed by
Mm-hmm.
Diddy and Jay.
Mm-hmm.
They dropped that, but Jay-Z filed the defamation suit. Now she wants that
Oh,
dismissed.
why?
I guess because she's gonna be under oath and she lied, and I don't blame Jay.
Right.
I don't blame Jay. That
Yeah, but I'm saying like that's her own fault. She shouldn't want to get it dismissed. You knew what you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
You
you're
get up there
exactly
and you be lying. Yeah. There's repercussions, and a lot of people ain't, it ain't been like a what do you call it? That hasn't been like a thing where oh, okay, you accuse me, shit. I'm finna go after your ass because I know that you jack. A lot of the time, it's just like a settlement, or it's like kind of behind closed doors or whatever, and then it just kind of disappears. You know what I'm saying? But he's like, nah, not this time.
yeah, man. Yeah, again, we talked about it in previous episodes. You if you lie, you should be held accountable because your lies can get someone convicted, lose
Mhm.
businesses. Um, once you get a stain like that on your shirt, it's kind of hard to overcome that. And I don't blame
Perception's a
Jay, man.
motherfucker.
Facts. And the perception of Hollywood is everybody's dirty. There's not a legit clean person.
Hmm.
That's. So hopefully, this makes it an example for those in the future who want to file these lawsuits. And again, I'm not saying everybody's lying. I'm not saying that, but if you are lying, you should be held accountable.
Hmm.
Um, Travis Scott makes an appearance at WrestleMania 41 this past weekend. This guy's everywhere. He's literally everywhere. Um, I expect, to be honest, bro, I expect whenever he drops his next project, it's gonna do numbers. Like he got big mainstream media behind him. You know what I'm saying? So that
Hmm.
was it wasn't a great. I'm a wrestling fan, so I wasn't pleased with um his participation in
Performance,
what he.
right?
Yeah, I wasn't, but hey, whatever bring eyeballs to the business, man.
For
Wiz
sure.
Khalifa, Wiz Khalifa was just on the Joe Budden podcast, and there's a lot of things he covered. Right, go check it out, the
Mm.
Joe Budden podcast. But there was something I wanted to talk about, and I'm gonna be real. I could be wrong. I'm gonna have to call his bluff. But he stated on the Joe Budden podcast he charges 250,000 to book him for a feature, which that I don't doubt that. But he said he's not doing a show unless you giving that man $2 million, bro.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And you know, I seen Wiz do tours, and he got a fucking following. He got a
I
cult
don't know,
following.
bro. That's
I
that's
don't.
steep
That's
because now that you now that you
man.
just said that, I think I would, I don't know. I would probably call his bluff too. And the only reason that I would is because the simple fact is because they just put, so Wiz is supposed to come down to the rave,
Yes.
right? On the 24th of May. They just put those tickets. I mean, we talked about it like maybe 2 weeks ago when they put them on sale. So they've been on sale maybe for like 2 weeks or so, maybe a little longer, 2.5 or so. Uh, they already put them up again, buy one, get one, right? So my whole thing was this because and this is just what I would think off the top of my head, like how they would do like this type of business would be they pay Wiz asked for a certain amount of money. Let's say he asking for 2 million, even though that's steep because so okay, he asked for 2 million. The Ray pay him the 2 million, right? And then they try to recomp all of that shit with the ticket sales, the drinks, the merch, and all of the other stuff that happens within that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But $2 million to recomp $2 million, bro, especially when you're already doing a buy one, get one free.
Two
Like,
mil.
I don't know. That seems 2 million. That's a lot.
That's what he
I don't
says.
know if
And
I
I'm gonna
don't.
have to call Cap on that.
You think the
I'm gonna
Rave
call.
paid him $2 million? You think the Rave paid him $2 million to come? I don't think so.
Look, bro.
I
If
don't
I'm
even
paying
think
you
they paid him. I don't even think they paid him $1 million to come and perform at the Rave.
$2 million, book Wiz Khalifa, you're going to the Pfizer. You're trying to get more fucking ass and seats. Then
Hell yeah.
you know what I'm saying. But I'm gonna have to call Cap on that because I'm not saying I'm not saying he don't charge 2 million, but I doubt you get it 2 million because 50 cents is like what like when Wiz really popped off like 2010, right? 2010 we could say.
I don't know. I'm not good with numbers, but yeah.
So 2010, let's just say 50 blew up in 2003. 50 gets paid 1.5 million for a show, and he's still a way bigger star than Wiz. There's no way you
And
telling me you give
I've never seen 50 Cent at the Rave.
nope, me either. Last time I seen
And
50
he's
Cent was at the Bradley.
hey, and he's cheaper than the Rave. So I mean he's cheaper
Yup.
than Wiz. So why wouldn't he be I
Yeah,
think 50 was yeah, I don't know. That's kind of steep because
for
when you
sure.
think about it like that, because there's no way, like to me, like how else, unless they're even giving him like a an advance or like a money down, like if they're giving half of the money to come and then the other half one after the show. But a lot of the time, like I don't know, a lot of artists don't do that shit. Like a lot of bigger artists, they don't do that shit. They want to make sure that they for sure is getting that bag before they come and waste their time or perform or anything. So the only way I would think that they would do that would be that they already paid him to come down here and they're expecting to hopefully sell that show out or get, the only reason I would say they would do it to buy one get one free is because okay, even though this person didn't buy, because the ticket still comes out to, it's like $43. Like if you were to split it in half, it's like $43 a ticket. You buy one get one, it's like 86. You know what I'm saying, for one
He ain't
ticket.
getting them, man.
Buy one,
He ain't getting
yeah,
them,
that's
man.
what I'm saying. No.
Yeah, so I call Cap on that. Wiz, I love you, Wiz. And you might charge 2 million. You might. That might be your fee, but you ain't getting that 2 million. I
But
haven't
it's
seen you perform in a long
negotiable.
time. Very
It's
negotiable.
negotiable 2 million.
Shit. So let's go on. Okay, we got a little bit more news and then we can move on. Jeezy announces the TM 101 20-year anniversary tour. It skips us, but it hits the Midwest.
Woo.
Snoop Dogg inks deal with Universal, NBC Universal for Death Row Pictures. Congratulations to the dog. And then
Mhm.
let's get into some of the. Hold on a second, brother. I'm having I don't know what the hell's going on over here. I guess. All right, so let's continue. Um, Kendrick Lamar. I forgot what's the name of the group. They had a pretty dope song. Kendrick Lamar's ex girl retweeted this. I actually really like some chicks, bro. I actually really liked her. She turned down big money from Drake's team for Messy T about Kendrick during the battle and always speaks very highly of him. I think she was just having a little fun and didn't mean any harm. And she retweeted that.
Hmm.
Um Again, it goes back to what Kendrick Lamar said. If that money would have got in the hands of a crash dummy, it could have harmed, So
Mhm.
um again, they just people be like, why the attack on Drake? It's cause shit like that, behind the scenes shit that we don't see until it gets exposed, why people be on Drake's ass, you know what I'm saying? No homo, whatever. But yeah, man,
That shit
I
just
wanted
be
to
wild because dude is such like I don't know how to say it, but like he's such a snake. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not what he perceives himself to be, though. That's
know,
just what he is. When you know what I'm saying? Be like,
he
damn,
wants
this motherfucker.
he wants to be like French Montana. To me, I respect French Montana's hit list because he don't be on that funny shit Drake be on. Like Drake be moved on and want to take shots at like 15 of his exes. Like, bro, what's up? You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but it was pretty cool when 50 Cents did the shopping spree for Rick Ross' baby mama, was the first one to do kind of some funny shit like that where
Yeah,
outside
that
from
was pretty
Tupac,
funny.
outside of Tupac effing Biggie's wife, but yeah, it just go stick to rapping, Trey. You know how to rap, bro. I'm not a hater. You know how to rap. Just the antics, bro. That's really what's fucking you up.
Mm-hmm.
Let's continue. Um, Kendrick Lamar joined forces with Gatorade for a massive machine
Mm-hmm.
marketing campaign. One of the new Gatorades ads was featured this past weekend at the NBA finals, playoffs. I mean, um, Kendrick Lamar and SZA officially kicked off the Grand National Tour. The first day, he chose Drake's lawsuit with like a fake deposition. Um, Before the actual concert here, you can hear the lawyer like drop, drop. Like trolling that Drake's Family Matters joint, and then congratulations, Kendrick Lamar earns the highest grossing concert by a hip hop artist in U.S. history with
Mm-hmm.
9.124 million at the U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis on April 19, 2026. But that they they
Wow.
they said they said Kendrick Lamar won this battle because of bots. You can't bot humans.
That's
I haven't
crazy.
seen that done. But congratulations, Kendrick, man. Also Kendrick Lamar has earned 10. Hold on a second. 10 nominations at the 2025 American Music Awards, the most of any artist this year. He is nominated for Album of the Year, GNX, Artist of the Year, Collaboration of the Year with SZA, Favorite Hip Hop Album, GNX, Favorite Hip Hop Song 3 times, Like That, Not Like Us, and Luther. Then Favorite Male Hip Hop Artist, Favorite Music Video, Not Like Us, and Song of the Year, Not Like Us. Congratulations, Kendrick.
Damn.
It looks like we're going into another Kendrick year. I think I forgot who said it. I was watching this podcast and someone said we're living in a Kendrick era right now. I'm like, that's crazy because Kendrick's an OG. I don't think this is era. I think this is time probably. I guess. I think he
Right.
whatever he was set out to do, he accomplished in my mind. But you know that was kind of odd. Like we're talking about a guy who's like 15 years, 16 years into his career, and we're living in his era. Not bad. Congratulations. So now let's
Mm-hmm.
continue.
Mm-hmm.
Lil Wayne Carter 6 feature
I love
surfaced.
that album covers.
um, I do like the album cover, but something I wanted to highlight was the features. Let me read this off. Andrea Bocelli, Billie Eilish, Bono, Elephant Man, Cameron Carter, his son, MGK, Miley Cyrus, Wheezy, Wyclef Jean, and Ye as a producer.
Shit is funny because it says, yeah, as a producer, let's get that straight. Hey, that sound like I'm not gonna lie, that sound like what was that one? I'ma pick the world up, I'ma drop it on your fucking head album. I'm not a
Um,
human.
yeah, the first one. Yeah,
Some
because
shit
he
like
got
that.
two of them.
That's what
Yep.
that's what that feature looked like. The feature list, that's what that remind me of. Like it'll be like an album like that.
So let me let me timeline this, right? Kendrick gets announced for the Super Bowl. Wheezy feels excited. Then Kendrick drops G and X. He said, I'm a hard work, let Lil Wayne down. Then Lil Wayne tweets, blah, blah, blah. Don't wake up a sleeping giant, et cetera, right? So
Hmm.
at the Super Bowl, leading into the Super Bowl, we found out the Carter 6 is dropping June 6th.
Hmm.
The Carter, right? So when I think of the Carter, I think of the Carter 2 and 3. The 4 wasn't bad, right? It wasn't. That was post Wayne, prison Wayne, right? And then he 5 years later to 5, right? And to me, 5, when I heard 5, yeah, some things got touched up, but you could tell it was outdated, right? So I don't hold it against him as far as, oh, he
That
lost
was the
his
one that
touch.
Birdman held captive.
Facts, facts. So um I look at that again one more time, one more again. I look at this feature list, Mano, and it just killed my excitement. Totally killed my
Yeah, I know what
excitement
you
for
mean.
Carter 6. Like this was
I
supposed to
would have
be
been
your
happier if that was the name. I would have been happier if that was the name of the songs.
and make that I Am Not Human Part 3 or something, but the Carter catalog, you really wanna I haven't heard this album yet, but I already know Wheezy's mindset, right? I seen some of the
Hmm.
work he done with White Clef and the other chick from the group he used to produce, City High. So I know his work with White Clef. Yeah, as a producer, I would like to hear that. I don't mind hearing that, but
Well, we got some yeah with we got what? How many I know one for sure. Let the beat build or whatever.
yeah, yep. And I, I I just feel like I'm being let down, and I know this listening to this album is not going to change the fact of how I feel about it because I already see that. Me personally, bro, I want to see Carter one, not as far as go back to rapping, but the production. Manny Fresh. Give us
Hmm.
the Carter with Manny Fresh, bro. Let Manny Fresh
Hmm.
executive produce your shit from top to bottom. Because
Right. Right.
even though the Carter 2 didn't have Manny Fresh on it, even though the Carter 2 didn't have Manny Fresh on it, I liked it the Carter 2. But I feel like if you talking about this sleeping giant, this ain't this feature shit again. Wrong shit, my bad. This feature shit, go back to sleep then,
Yeah.
bro. Go back to sleep, Wheezy. I don't want to see that shit. I want to see Manny Fresh on the board. I want to see you with Nicki again. I want to see you with Jada Kiss. I want to see you in there with Fabulous again. I want to see you in there with some MCs that keep you sharp.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Or
I
even
never
some of the newer guys, like some features with like 38 Special, Benny the Butcher, you know what I'm saying?
he killed shit with Benny. He killed shit with Benny. He did shit with Benny. Kill shit. He
Mm-hmm.
killed shit. Corday. I love the shit he did with Corday.
Yeah, yeah.
I love the
Right.
shit he did with Corday. So you're
It
not
just seems
wrong with
very
that.
commercial, like
I just feel like
too commercial.
and somehow they're gonna parade it, and I'm not gonna be here for it. Here's the chance for him to be like, yo, people call me a GOAT. I am one of the GOATs, and now here's my my project to prove that. And I don't know if you're gonna be able to prove that to me, Weezy. But you did have a run, and I respect that. I'm gonna give the Carter Six a chance, but I don't know. Let's check out some comments. I see
Yeah, I
we
feel
got.
you. Yeah, shout
What's
out
up, my brother?
Juice, shout out Reno.
Appreciate you as always.
Yes.
Um, so Lil Wayne, though, congratulations. He got the Madison Square Garden for the first time. The Carter Six concert will be there June 6th, the actual day of the release. So his rollout's insane. His performance at Dreamfield, he killed it. He killed that shit. His rollout's insane. So let's see if he does numbers at least. He teams up with Mitchell and Ness in the NFL for a series of limited edition apparel collections that will be dropping as well. So congratulations, Wheezies. But here's I wanted to bring something to your attention, brother, because um this shit right here kind of like cap. So Lil Wayne did an interview with Rolling Stones, and here's a few things I took from it, and I want you to give me your assessment on it.
Mm.
Lil Wayne claims he did not know "Not Like Us" was a Drake diss song when he sang along on stage. Hold on, hold on. And he did not even know that was Kendrick Lamar rapping on that.
Just funny.
Okay, let's continue. Lil Wayne claims he didn't know Ye and Jay-Z dropped Watch the Throne album. You know why I call that cap? Because on that stupid ass song that I did like on it, Jay-Z's like baby money, woo, and Lil Wayne responded on the Carter 4, talking about kidnapped wifey and shit like
Kept
that.
it up. Yeah, yeah.
So how you respond to a song you ain't heard or an album you ain't
Yeah.
heard? So let's continue. Yeah, that was stupid. Lil Wayne claimed he did not know Little Dirk was locked up, although he had two free Little Dirk
Free Dirk
t-shirts
shirts. The
in his
lean
dresser.
has done something to
Man, I don't
him.
know, man. I don't know, man. See, because Weezy, he goes he says he don't be in tune. He be out of this world, right? And for a minute, I kind of believed him, right? But I'm starting to
Mm.
realize he just be on some bullshit. Like again, you did song with Kendrick Lamar. That Mona Lisa, that was on the Carter 5, fool ass. You know what
No,
I'm
you didn't
saying?
know that was him rapping, right? That's funny.
So let's move on. Oh, Cash Money Millionaires announced their 30-year anniversary tour with special guests The Lox, Beanie Siegel, Young Guns, and Freeway.
That's dope.
Yeah, man. Birdman better cash out because it's over with. It's over with. After this Wheezy, I don't know. Wheezy been in headlines, but not for the right reasons. Let's continue. New music this week. JID, Work. Jadakiss, Pusha T, Swiss Beats, Danger, Danger. Pretty dope song. Pusha T killed that shit. Kid Cudi, Forever. Don Toliver and Ludwig Göransson, Flames of Fortune. Joey Badass, Rome Street, Static Selector, Stove God Cooks, West Side Gun, The North. I haven't heard that one, but it's killer lineup. Babyface Ray and Laylo on the Wall. Girlfriend, Tierra Whack, Bon Voyage. Albums. Wiz Khalifa, Cushion OJ2, West Side Gun, Hills Have Eyes, and Sauce Walker, the Mexican OT drop, Chicken and Sauce. Do you get a chance to hear Wiz Khalifa's Cushion OJ2, bro?
Yeah, I listened to not all of it. I listened to half of it.
Yeah, bro. I'm disappointed in that, man. I liked it that shit with
Yeah.
him for sure, though. So
With
let's
who?
him and Gunna.
Him and Tyler. Oh, him and Gunner. I liked it. That one. I liked it. Him and Lil Tyler. That shit was went hard to me. I like the song with Juicy J. I like the song with Currency.
Actually,
There's a
that one
couple.
I
There's
did
a.
like. The Currency one for sure. So let's get into some things right quick before we get into our throwbacks. Puff and Pass
Oh
Smoke Shop
yeah.
now open. Locations 2911 North Oakland Avenue, Milwaukee, Wisconsin 53211. Also in Madison, Wisconsin 53705. Address 3527 University Ave. Again, Puff and Pass Smoke Shop, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and Madison, Wisconsin. Then tonight, the Big Beat MKE at Jackalope Lounge, 345 North Broadway, 9 p.m., 2021 and up. This is a competition. It runs from April 24th to June 12th. Special guest host, April 24th tonight, Rich P. Goldchain, who was a guest on my brother's podcast, Panorama. Make sure you go check that out. Again, April 24th tonight, Rich P. Goldchain. May 1st, J Love. May 8th, Mad Static. May 15th, the legendary Street Team Hack. Then, this Tuesday, episode 2 of Panorama Podcast, hosted by my brother Orlito, presented by GMTA Media with special guest Macamalo. This Tuesday at 6 p.m. And one more again. May 4th, the Whammy inducts the legendary, the late great Twan Mac into the Wisconsin area music industry Hall of Fame. Again, that's May 4th at the Deco West Dallas.
Oh yeah.
All right. And so here we go, man. Throwback Thursday. You want to go first? I go first. So I could get the
Shit. You can go first.
okay.
Darling.
So this the last Thursday of the month, and what we decided to do is Throwback Thursday. Pick a project, one of our favorites, one of the best, a mixtape, album, EP, whatever we decide, and we're gonna present it to you and why we chose it. I'm going first, and I'm gonna take us back to 1996. This off the heels of the East and West Coast beef. Dr. Dre leave Death Row Records, founded Interscope Records, right? And this project to me, in a verse from 2001, Dr. Dre said, the firm flop. So they counted them out after this project dropped. But this project, even though it didn't do the numbers that Chronic did, obviously why I expected that ain't a Dr. Dre album. Anyhow, firm album, solid project from top to bottom. Originally, Nature was supposed to be Cormega there. It was supposed to be Cormega, but due to Queenbridge politics, Cormega was removed and Nature took his spot. And Nature did good. I fuck with Nature. He's from Queens. We got two Queensbridge artists, the legendary Nas, the GOAT to me, you know. Then we got Nature from Queens, up and comer at this time. Then we got Brooklyn in the house, the Don Diva, Foxy Brown, very underrated, underappreciated legend, and AZ, um, very underrated MC, one of the best of his time. So the reason I picked this project again is this is East and West Coast. Off the heels of that, shit's still hot, right? People ain't fucking with each other. The production on this, Dr. Dre, top to bottom, killed it. Some of his best work, some of his best production to me. Not legendary like the Chronic and Doggy Style, but some great work because the stuff he did off that on that Aftermath project was horrible. So let's get into it. The intro, Firm Fiasco, Phone Tap. I love Phone Tap. That's Nas and AZ having conversation. You can hear the static on the phone, the sound effects. You know what I'm saying? They were talking like some mafia men. You know. Let me continue. Executive decisions. That to me, not as far as song wise, but the beat probably is the hardest beat on this project. Executive decisions. Firm Family. I love that song. Um, let me see. She did her thing. Foxy Brown on I'ma F Somebody Else. Hardcore. Nas and Foxy did they shit. 5 minutes to flush. Nature. He showed out on this. This is where I really think he shined. Nature really, I think from Bam from TV, he upped his collaboration game, but he really didn't do it here. But he stood alone on this 5 minutes to flush, and he did his shit. Desperados with Cannabis, AZ and Nature, Cannabis bodied it. Some of the best stuff that I liked the Cannabis. I wasn't a big Cannabis fan. He did have hella lyrics. He just didn't put it together for me. But on this song, he executed. Firm Biz with AZ Nas and Foxy Brown. That was the lead single off this project. Dope. And then one of the standout songs on here was Glory in Nature, I'm Leaving. Glory, I'm Leaving. One of my favorite songs on this project. Actually, I dare to say is my favorite song on this project. And Throw Your Guns Up, $500,000 AZ. Top to bottom. I won't say this is a masterpiece, but this is a gem in the treasure box that they don't really, how you say,
talk about.
celebrate. They don't celebrate. And, you know, I just picked it because at the time, you know, we're coming off this legendary run from Illmatic to It Was Written to this. And, oh, man, Nas was at his peak on this. So that was my pick. I picked the Firm. Your thoughts on the Firm at all? Did you get a chance to hear it?
I've heard a few songs on there, but I wouldn't be able to tell you which ones. But I know that there were ones with Nas on them.
So I'm gonna try to give you three for sure to check out. Firm Biz, I'm Leaving, and Phone Tap. Don't be my three songs to recommend to you. They're pretty dope. So
You know what's crazy that I liked about the album too is that you remember when Death Row did that picture for the Source?
Yep.
Yeah.
When you open, because I had that magazine, I think I don't want to give no someone that I used to be with. I think got a box of my double XL and my Source magazines and my Ring magazines. I used to collect those, and I had that Source magazine. And when you open it, you get the whole Death Row label: Jewels, Lady of Rage, Daz Corrupt, Nate. Yeah, it was dope. So I think it might be a classic now, but I had that, bro. It was
Yeah.
pretty dope.
That's dope.
Hey, man. So 1996, this my first pick, the Firm Family. Now we're gonna check out Bros on these picks.
Yep. I picked the album I picked was Lupe Fiasco's Food and Liquor. And that dropped in 2006. It had productions from Neptunes, Kanye, Mike Shinoda. That's the dude that the other half, Linkin Park.
Yep,
He's the
yep.
that guy from Linkin Park. You know what I'm saying? That's dude. I was like, damn, that's dope. I didn't even know that dude had help um, with production on that. But listening to it, I can hear it. You know what I'm saying? Because it does got a lot of like kind of like some rock and some, you know what I'm saying, some type of shit like that. Jay-Z and Lupe are credited for executive producing the album debuted at number 8 and won best urban and alternative or that one song Daydream with I think Jill Scott, or I forgot, I think that was who her name was, that features on it. They won best urban and slash alternative song at the 50th Grammy. Um,
That's a
so I thought that
classic.
was pretty cool. Yeah, I had just like discovered that myself because like when I listened to this album, shit, this was in 2006, so I wasn't really, doing like that much of the homework. I was just listening to the music. You know what I'm saying? But going back and looking at like people that was a part of the album and whatever, now I realize like why I liked it so much when I first had heard it and shit. The reason I kind of like this album is because it's very it got like a lot of substance to it. Like it's songs on there that discuss like poverty. You got songs on there that discussing like terrorism, um, racism, um, individuality, all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's got like a lot of substance to it. So I think that's the reason I kind of liked it. Really, is because it was so full of uh, substance. You know what I'm saying? It had like it had a lot of shit to listen to. It wasn't just talking about nothing. He had songs on there. I got to look at the track list real quick, and I'll be able to tell you because I think I damn near like this whole
Yeah, he got a
album.
classic, decent
Um,
classic to you. Without a shadow
yeah,
of
he
a
got
doubt.
um, the just might be okay. Uh, the instrumental, I like that song. He say, she say. That song is dope as well. I think that's the song that it's like uh I think that's the song where it's almost kind of talking about like uh it's damn near talking about like a kid that growing up in a house without a father type shit. And the way that
Yeah,
he breaks it down, like the way that the song is broken down, like the first verse is like the mom talking to the quote unquote deadbeat dad, and then the second verse is like the kid rapping,
yeah,
talking to his pops and shit. I thought that shit was fucking hot. Daydream, obviously that's the one that I said that had won the Grammy with, or not the Grammy, had won some award, the award that I just said, with Jill Scott. The Cool, that song is fucking amazing to me. It's just an amazing like story, like a storytelling song. That was probably one of the first songs that I remember, like off of this album, that I remember like learning very quickly. Like I know that whole song from the beginning to the end, and every time like I rap it, I can visually see like a movie of exactly like what the song is talking
yeah.
about. Like that's a dope ass song. Hurt Me So. That's another dope ass song. That one's kind of talking about like I think like growing up in like his environment and like how um like, plain and simple, how the shit hurts. Like there's certain shit like that tears down like the community or the things that you believe in or shit like that. And the hook says it hurts my soul or hurts me so. That's a good ass song too. Pressure with Jay-Z, that's a dope ass song. The fucking beat, I thought that beat was it was by Prolific, but I thought that it was by it sounds like a Just Blaze or
Yeah, yeah.
you know what I'm saying, with all the fucking drum kit and the toms and
The high.
the hats and all of that shit.
Yeah.
Yup. Symbols and all that. American Terrorist, that's another cold ass song with featuring Matthew Santos. He's the dude that's singing the hook. And
I
basically
remember
that's
that.
self-explanatory. That's a self-explanatory a song is basically what the title American Terrorist. It just kind of talks about, you know, it's wild because like when you listen to that song now, it's like it's crazy because it's so, what would you say, like it was like ahead of the, like that shit was very mature. What they were talking about on that song is very mature to like the audience, I guess, back then. Yeah,
Even
compared to
for
like
his
if you
age
listen to
too.
it. Yeah,
Even
yeah,
for his
even
age,
for
because
his
he
age,
was
yeah.
young at that time.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And then you got the Empire soundtrack. I don't really remember that one. We got Kick Push obviously on here. I didn't want to say like the obvious ones or whatever. And yeah, like I liked it this album. Like he has like a couple like I think he had like a couple added tracks because he re-released it on like an anniversary.
Yeah.
And then he re-released like 4 tracks or whatever, but I don't really know those ones like that, so I'm not gonna say I do. I remember the original Food and
How it was
Liquor,
presented.
and
How it was presented.
yeah, yeah. And yeah, shout out to actually the who had put me on this album was um my nephew Michael, the one that just opened up the Puffin Pass
Oh,
um
okay, dope.
smoke shop.
Dope.
Yeah, he was the one that put, and then it was while I got put on to him. I listened to that, you know, like damn, this shit's cold, and kind of started like, following him a little heavy, like, try to keep up with his shit. Uh then I seen them at the I got to catch dude at the rave. I got to see him perform live at the rave, so that was
Dope.
dope. Um he was there. It was him, B.O.B. Even before, like I
I
don't even
remember
think B.O.B. was signed with Grand Hustle yet, bro. It was before that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It was before the Grand Hustle, yeah, the Grand Hustle deal. Um, and he was opening up. He had opened up with some chick. He wasn't even like rapping like that. He was doing like slur songs, like the one, the airplanes,
Yep.
like
That's
that
one
type.
of
He
his
was doing
biggest
those
hits.
type of songs. Yep,
That was his
those were the
biggest
songs that
hit.
he was doing and shit. Yep. So yeah, I remember that shit. I didn't even know who B.O.B. was though at that time. But yeah, I had went to go see Lupe, and I remember he tore that shit down, bro.
Yeah,
But yeah,
Lupe.
that's the reason I chose that album, is because it just resonated a lot with me. I came back and revisited it now, and I was like, man, this is a really nice album. Like, just as far as like everything that it's talking about, like I had said, and like I keep saying, just like the substance itself, like there's a lot in there. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot to unpack out that album. It isn't just talking about bullshit, and everything is like from the beginning to the end, everything got like a different feel, I guess you could say, or a different like a subject matter, I guess you could say,
Yeah.
that he kind of attacked. So
He's
yeah, I thought that
controversial with
this
a
album
lot.
was pretty dope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to me, this is a classic. Lupe got like three of them bitches. He got like three classics. I ain't gonna lie. Lupe is one of my favorites. So when you picked this, bro, I was like, oh, you taking me back. Like, again, man, this is a classic. There's no denying the Midwest. We got some talented artists.
Mm-hmm.
And Lupe, 2006, this is a year after the Rick Ross, Game, Jeezy explosion. 2005 was that. It was stacked. The
Mm-hmm.
debut some years was incredible, and for him to turn around and from Chicago, Midwest again, I'm very biased. Um, delivered this project ahead of his time. I would say this is a blueprint to Good Kid, Mad City. I always say if there's one motherfucker that could fuck Kendrick up in a battle, it'd be this guy, without a doubt to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's the guy. I seen him pick apart Royce-da-5'9". I seen him pick apart artists. I'm like, I can see why people don't fuck with Lupe. I can see why, but Lupe one of my favorites. Let's run through the intro, Too Real, Just Might Be Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Kick Push, I Got You, the instrumental, He Say, She Say, Sunshine, Daydreaming,
That's a nice one too. I like that one. I forgot that one. Sunshine.
Hurt Me So, um, Pressure, American Terrorist. I don't know about the Empire, Kick Push, Outro. This is a classic, bro. He didn't miss on this album
I didn't
at
even
all.
know that the cool. I didn't even know that the cool was produced by Kanye West.
Actually, there's a main producer that he kept audio, some shit, I believe. I forgot his name, who did a lot of sound, and I
Soundtrack.
think soundtrack. There you go, soundtrack. Dude, whenever
Mm-hmm.
soundtrack's on his shit, he's really the one who curated Lupe's sound to me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, his production stood out, and you could tell by the performance, Lupe's performance on the songs was soundtrack like. But
Yeah, I
again,
remember my favorite, like one of my favorite ones, the one that you said that I forgot to say was Sunshine. Like that beat, bro. And me being like a sample guy, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Man, you hear exactly how that sample was chopped. Dum 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 dum
uh,
dum dum.
clean. It's
And then
clean.
yeah, and then that motherfucking beat just dropped so hard. Like, oh my gosh. I was like, damn, this beat is so fucking cold. Yeah, that motherfucker go hard. And just like the story, also, again, on that song, Sunshine, also just the storytelling. How he's talking about like how he's hollering, he's spitting game, I mean, just the
Whole
whole,
album.
all the way through.
It's a
Mm-hmm.
concept. This album's conceptual. Like you said,
Mm-hmm.
substance. He got concepts, and everything flowed right in. Like people ask me, "What you mean by sequences?" It's how you put your album together.
Right.
It's like emotions. You wanna, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and then drop them. You don't wanna like, go.
Exactly. You want to put them
I
all over the place.
Yeah, and to me, when people be like a whole album with hits, I'm like, it'd be a hot album, but that's to me not a classic album. That's a cheat code. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, but this album to me was flawless, bro. Um, going back and listening to this, bro, I don't care about record sales or what the kids feel about who's the hottest right now in dirt. There's a great debate that he's the fucking king of Chicago when it comes all said and done. Lupe got
Mm.
classics under his belt, and he never um okay, MC lyricist, because rap artists, of course, I'm still gonna give it a Ye, but Ye don't write all this shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's
Mm-hmm.
why I give him
Yep.
artists, rap artists. That gives it a little leeway for what Kanye do, right? But as far as
Mm-hmm.
MCing, it's him in common to me, and Lupe's in great. He's in a great position to argue that he is the GOAT of Chicago. I don't know who got like okay, Common got like, and I love Common. Everybody's seen it on these episodes how I talk highly of Common. Common got a legendary career, legendary catalog, but how many classics does he got in that catalog? Where Lupe got like 7 albums, and I got like 4 classics. I got to revisit
Mm-hmm.
3 of them, but I got like 4 of them classics. And this is debut album, bro, 2006.
Mm-hmm.
Again, on the heels of the Rick Ross games and Jeezys. So I don't know, bro. This was a great pick, Orly, and I'm glad you brought it up because this, in my opinion, for sure is a 5. And for sure, man, I don't know, bro. I might have to maybe one day sit back and really analyze album wise, but this got to be in my top 100, bro. This is a flawless
For
fucking
sure.
album.
Yeah, and I
Flawless
forgot.
fucking
And like
album.
I said, I forgot about this album, bro. It just happened to hit me. Like I was like, bro, what the fuck? How can I forget about this? And then I listened to it. I was like, oh my gosh, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
damn.
bro. Too real. It sets the whole album off. Give them something they could feel that beat.
Yup, yup. Oh
That's
man,
why.
that beat is so fucking. Dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.
Yeah,
Yeah, that shit
bro.
goes so hard too. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
For anybody
Yeah.
that's watching, I ain't gotta recommend no songs. Just check out the whole project. It's not gonna disappoint. And plus,
Hmm.
timeless music. This is classic because this sounds fresh. It sounds like you can
Yeah.
it's fresh. You know, some music
Hmm.
sound outdated. You know, some of my favorites. Some of my favorites. I listen to some of the West Coast. I listen to some of old Bone Thugs beats. I'm like, damn,
Hmm.
the production fucked this up. You know, like Drake. One of my favorite songs is Fake Love, straight up to my
Oh, okay.
face. That
Yeah,
shit
yeah,
my
yeah.
I love that song. Drake favorite, right? But the beat is so
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like no, it didn't do it no justice.
He
Like
said
the
he got
beat,
the little doom, 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 like
it's got like
the
the
little
little
steel
piano
drums.
that no the little piano that you buy the kids with the little. Yeah, man. That's what I mean. This is a flawless album. Again, I don't want to continue, but this was a perfect album to pick, bro. Got me back into putting not Lupe in the conversation, but really like where does he stand? Because man,
Mhm.
like he bro, this is okay. This is the I said the blueprint, right? This the blueprint to 2012's Good Kid, Mad City, bro.
Mm.
Listen to this and listen to Good Kid, Mad City. I'm not saying but this damn near the same thing. This right here, Food and Liquor is a day in Chicago. Good Kid, Mad City, is a day in Compton.
Hmm.
Check it out, back to back. That's why I said this is the only guy that
And it's
you
crazy
know.
that you just said that, bro, because even like the title. So like Lupe said the reason he came up with the title that he gave it the title Food and Liquor was because like even again subject matter uh food
Facts.
meant food meant like the good, you know what I'm saying? And liquor meant the bad. And like he said that in Chicago, like when you're walking down, the streets of especially like, the poverty, uh, they don't got like in New York and shit, they don't got bodegas. They got food and liquor marts. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're called, food and liquor. So like that's kind of where he kind of took the concept and then he kind of went with it, with the good and the bad. And just like you said, just listen to the title of Good Good Kid, Mad City. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like they both classics to me, man. But shout out Lupe Fiasco. I would like to talk about him further sometime. We might as well bring him to the table. Just got a 5 for me. I know where this stands in my list, man. I'm big on Lupe. What's your final thoughts as far as like 1 through 5? What you give this, bro? I give this a 5 for
Yeah,
sure.
I'd give it a 5 as well. Most definitely.
Classic. Man, so that's first edition of our Throwback Thursdays, and we had some great picks.
And we'll do this
Anything
what every
every last Thursdays.
every last Thursday. It's cool. I'm excited to do the next one
Oh
for the
shit,
last Thursday.
we could.
Let's
Well,
keep it
shit, we could
spicy.
do it, or we could do it every other week. It's on you. We'll talk about it after we go off air right quick. But for those who reacted, we appreciate it. For those that to Reno, shout out Reno for commenting, engaging with us. And I see we're up to 8
Mhm.
views. Appreciate the views. It'll get our views up. But if you could drop us a comment, GMTA, shout out No, shout out Orly, shout out US, shout out Red, no matter what, just drop a comment. That's it, man. We appreciate y'all. Orlito, you wanna any shout outs before you take us home?
Um, yeah, just shout out um the Puffin Pass. Definitely go check that out. The one right here in Milwaukee is right there on Oakland. It's right next to Chiba Hut. You know what I'm saying? You can't miss
29,
it.
2911 North Oakland.
2911 North Oakland Avenue. Yep, right there, right next to Chiba Hut. Right across the street from Walgreens and Cousins and all of that shit. But yeah, hand shout out, shout out the Big Beat. I'll be there later. I'm gonna go check that out. The Big Beat MKE. Starting today, Thursday the first, night, Thursday night. It's gonna be hosted by Richie P. Goldchain today, and then it's gonna continue on from there. Every Thursday, May 1st, J Love, and May 8th, Mass Static, May 15th, Street Team Hector. So yeah, make sure you go support that. It's just a dope event. I've been to it. I went to it last year. That was my first year ever going to it. They do it every year. They've been doing it. It's dope. Uh, Network. They got performances, and then they got people battling beats. And with beat battles, some of them go just don't do some stuff that they already pre-recorded. Sometimes you'll catch a mug like Mecca Malo that I just interviewed. That we'll see on Tuesday. That interview doing the whole live finger drumming. You know what I'm saying? Like live doing the whole beat live in front of your face, and then the audience pretty much chooses, and then you got judges. So yeah, go check that out. That shit is dope. I'm gonna be there tonight. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Shout out everybody who tuned in. We'll see you next Thursday. Great minds think alike. I'm Orlito. That's Nove. Peace.